All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm with my friend Mitch Hansen from, well, you're in the Seattle area, right?
Yes.
I am so excited today. You brought us a genuine Rover Mini Cabriolet. This is cool, man. This is really cool. These cars are really rare, very special. And this one is extremely special because you're going to tell us the story, aren't you?
I am.
All right.
So they only produced these cabriolets from 93 to 97. The number that were produced was somewhere around 300 per year. So the best estimate I found is there's only 1,100 of these that were ever made.
Wow, 1,100.
Yes. And if you ever want to know what number yours is, you actually have to put the roof up and crawl in and look at the back side of the metal frame in the back, and each roof was numbered consecutively.
Can we do that when we get back?
We can.
Oh, let's do that. All right, so tell me what we're doing.
All right, so there's a snap here.
Okay.
And then there's 3 snaps on the back.
And where do you put the cover? Okay.
We'll just toss it here for you. Just below.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we put the windows up.
That's pretty easy. Wow, look how the window goes. That's crazy.
Weird.
I don't see it, Mitch. So, right there. All right, well, I'm just excited to drive this thing.
But this was originally purchased by a Saudi prince for his son to drive around their compound.
Really?
And so he purchased it, took it down the street to a mini custom shop there in England called Clive Sutton. These cars originally came in a teal, a maroon, and the British Racing Green, but they had a gray top and gray velour interior. The Prince didn't like that, so took out the gray velour, put in the green leather.
This is beautiful green leather interior.
It's held up really well, too.
Yeah.
And then this did come with a gray top. They took the gray material off and replaced it with a black top, which looked much better with the green. And then they added air conditioning because it does get a little hot in Saudi Arabia. So
we just recharged it and it's ice cold.
This is the first it's worked to have the car, so thank you. Yes.
Wait, you've never had it working?
No, it is not. No, I could never get past the heater switch. So well, this is kind of nice.
You like?
It'll be a much more enjoyable ride back to Seattle. That feels good.
Well, now you have ice cold AC and your heater valve works again.
Yes.
All right, go on.
So the Saudi prince then painted his son's name in gold leaf paint back where my license plate is. So if I were to take off the back license plate, you could actually see the son's name there.
If we read Arabic.
If we read Arabic.
Okay.
Yes. So the son tooled around the compound there for about 4 years, and then finally decided to sell it. And there was a woman in Ballard, Washington, that was interested in acquiring it. So they went through Banks Garage, which is a company that helps import minis. And she was able to import it into the U.S. She was in a Mini club up there. Her and her husband each had their own Minis. They wound up getting divorced. She kind of fell off the Mini scene. And so this car went into storage.
Oh.
And it sat for about 14 years. She'd only bring it out on sunny days, which in Seattle was not a lot.
Not many.
So when I looked at it, when I test drove it, it had 14,000 original miles on it. She finally decided that a Tesla was more practical for the Seattle weather.
Yeah.
And she wanted a Tesla. So I wound up acquiring it for her. The transmission had just gone out on my daily driver, so I was looking for something that I wanted to drive on a daily basis.
Wait a minute. This is your daily driver?
This is.
In Seattle?
Yes.
Well, let's look at the odometer. Oh, 42,000 miles. So you got it with 14,000 miles.
Yes.
You drive this thing daily. You now have 42,000 miles on it.
Yes.
Mitch, you are the man. I'm very impressed. Either you have a severe case of masochism or you're the coolest cat to walk around in Seattle.
Well, and with the pandemic, it has not been getting a lot of miles for the last 2 years. I put most of those years on right up until the pandemic.
You know, this thing goes pretty good too.
Oh yeah, 1275 in it. It's heavier than a regular coupe because they had to, when you chop the top off, it compromises the structural integrity. So they had to really add a lot of cross bracing to the bottom of the car and the sides of the car, so it's heavier.
Well, they did it in the boot too, because I just did a boot liner kit for you in this thing, and I had to chop the crud out of it to get it to fit because of all the structural reinforcements in it. It was crazy. Well, thank you, Mitch, for allowing us to service this Mini. We take care of it for you. We've done a lot of things on this car for you to keep you driving it daily. I thought our viewers would really enjoy seeing a really rare, genuine Rover Mini Cabriolet. And here we are on a beautiful sunny day in Portland, Oregon, which we don't get many of those either, but what better type of day to have this than ride around in a convertible. So I saw the front license plate on this and it literally cracked me up because your wife named this car, didn't she?
She did.
And what is the name of this car?
Cha-ching.
She literally named the car Cha-ching.
Large fries and a large soda. Cha-ching. 2 kids meals and 2 medium sodas. Ching.
I think if y'all know what she's trying to convey in that statement, we know what she means. Your wife has a good sense of humor. That's great. You must really get a lot of attention up in Seattle driving this thing around.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You must be sort of a rock star up there in this thing.
It's a kick.
Yeah. All right, we're pulling in back to the shop, and we are going to put the top. You want the top up for your drive back to Seattle?
I do.
How long is your drive? 3 hours?
3 hours.
Yeah. So, you Seattle people, if you need work on your Mini as well, don't be afraid to drive 3 hours. Come on down and see us. Let's put the top up and see what it looks like.
All right.
All right, cool, man.